Good morning, my friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya at Sidegigcrafts. Guys, I'm making Christmas cards today. I'm just doodling around in my craft room. Oops, I accidentally cut the crease off that one. So we're making two cards today, it appears. We're using our handmade papers. This is actually the paper that Jovi sent me. I absolutely adore it. She made this paper and we're doing a collaboration. So I made her some paper, she made me some paper, and we shared, and we're making things today out of those papers. So make sure you check out her channel as well. Thank you, Jovi, for what it's such a great idea. I love that we did this, and I'm going to use her paper today because it is perfect for what I'm planning to do. It's thin and it is just beautiful. So we are each putting out 4 videos about handmade paper. The first one was about making the handmade paper. The second one is about using the handmade paper. We're going to also share what we received from each other. And I feel like that was only 3, but I think there's 4. So check it out. Check it out. Make sure you go visit Jovi's channel and see how she did hers. We both did it different, and we came up with some amazing, amazing items. And we learned a lot from it. So I know she learned a lot about how, we both did. We both learned a lot about how you can, what kind of papers to use and how to go about it, and just lots of different things. So I hope that you guys will check those videos out. I'm going to be using some of these pieces. I'm going to be stamping on these. I think I'm going to use this. Can I just cut this in half? I wonder how long this is. This is 10 3/4, so I could potentially just cut this guy in half, which would be exactly right. I'll put it all there. Let's just cut that. Now, I will tell you, this is the second go around with this video. I started making, I actually got all the way through and made a card, and I'm not gonna lie, I hated it. I'm out of practice. I haven't been filming. I haven't been crafting these last couple weeks, and that looks really, really crooked. Weeks. No, I really haven't. I've been so busy with the house projects and everything going on there that unfortunately my crafting has not been the priority this last week. So I apologize. I know it's been a little bit hit or miss with me these last few weeks, but hopefully we're coming to an end. The house is just about finished. Is that straighter? I think it's straighter. I don't think it's quite as noticeable anyway. This one looks all right. Let's kind of trim it up just a little bit. So I should be able to get back into it. I am still studying. I'm taking a class online for my yoga instructor certification. I know you guys just love all the chatter. And so that is something that I'm also doing, but gosh darn it, it's just going to keep getting shorter and shorter, isn't it? But crafting is how I keep my sanity. It's how I handle my 40-hour week job, by doing this in my spare time. So don't worry, I'll be here. Okay, so each one of these is going to get one of these because I think that will frame this nicely. This is going to go on here. It's going to have just a cute little Christmas sentiment. We're doing Christmas. We're doing Christmas in August still. Okay, so let's stamp both of these pieces. And what I want to use, I want to use my little, this is by Unity Stamps. And this is the little, it's called a Itty Bitty by Unity. And it's just this little tree. And then it's got 2 sentiments with it. If you have not discovered them yet, I really highly recommend this company, you guys. They are just, they're awesome. I love their stamps. I love the humor behind them. Some of them are snarky, and I mean, it's just, they're really fun. And I'm sure you'll find something you like if you go over there. I'm not sponsored at all in any way, shape, or form, but I do love them, and I do appreciate their products. So check them out. Be sure to check them out. I'm going to use this smoother side. going to use my Stays On because I do know this works well. And I'm going to do this way so I can see better where I've got ink. I've only used this stamp today, and it worked really well. Even the first time I stamped with it, it did really well. Even though I forgot to rub the rubber stuff off, the coating off, it did really well. So I know it's going to work just fine. We'll leave this sit just a little bit while I get a sip of coffee. Look how cute that is. Look at the fine detail on there. Don't look at my Band-Aid though. I forgot to take my Band-Aid off. You guys, I got out a new box cutter yesterday for work and accidentally poked myself with it. So I've got a little Band-Aid on today that I forgot to remove. It doesn't look ugly or anything. It's just, I just forgot to take it off. I just didn't want to get blood on the stuff I was working on. So I had a bandage on. There we go. One more time. And I'm kind of off screen. There we go. That's better, huh? I could have tipped my camera just a little bit differently, and there we are. Aren't they cute? Okay, so let's put this stuff up out of the way. And I don't think I need to ink this. I do think I want to ink this just a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just to darken it slightly. And this is just a scrap paper from my Christmas stuff last year that I was using, and it came out of, I don't know, I don't remember. It was just a scrap that was in my Christmas envelope, my Christmas pouch with my scraps in it. So, and where's the lid for this one? Right there. All right. So isn't this easy? Just, you know, add a couple little fun little pieces. And you've got a cute little card. Now we could potentially, and I think I might want to do this, take another piece of paper that's going to coordinate and put it underneath here. Let's see, this isn't a straight cut, but let's see kind of what size. About 3 by, that's the widest part, 3 by 3 3/4 would work. Let's see if I've got another piece. Perhaps a brown might be nice. Would that be nice? Maybe something a little more pizzazzy. Like a, oh, what about that? Purple? Kind of cute, but no. Not what I'm looking for. This is an interesting color. This is called Ryan's Brown by Rusty Pickle. I don't think that one stands off enough. Actually, though, if I cut it just barely around, it's kind of neat, but not very Christmas, is it? It kind of washes out this paper. I'm going to find something to go back behind here. I'll be right back. Okay, before I show you what I picked, I'm going to show you the rest of these. I already showed you that I got this one, and that's the one we're using today. I also have this one. She is strong. This is also an itty bitty stamp. Again, I'm not sponsored, guys. I just want to share. So if you are interested in other products and you don't want to go over there, I recommend you do. But they've got lots of little animals. And this one says, I'm here for you on those rough days. Curl up and feel better soon. It's okay not to be okay. Isn't he cute? Oh, and there's a kitty. I didn't even see the kitty. There's a kitty sleeping with the doggy. And they're fairly small, but they're a good size for a card. They're perfect size for a card. We've got the Pissy Kitty is what they call this one. And there's like seasonal ones, all kinds. This one's called I Made This Crafty Pissy Kitty. So it says crafted with love. And it says, all I ask is that you gasp dramatically. Keep it forever or we're done. I expect tears and a fridge display. I made this instead of therapy. You better be grateful. Isn't that darling? Oh, and crafted with love. Isn't that fun? And look at the kitty. Oh, it's a good size too. So cute. So I love their sense of humor. So as I was thinking about this, I thought, you know what? Didn't I get a small print Christmas one? Yes, I did. I got a background. It's called A Little Christmas Carol. I can't read it, but it's got all kinds of words for Christmas Carol. This is the perfect background for this, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this paper and print it with the same ink and see how that turns out behind here. I think it will make it pop. I think it'll add the darkness that I'm looking for and give it that pop that I want. So, and I just dropped it on the floor. Let's try it. Let's try it together. I don't know if it's going to be what I want, but I mean, we won't know unless we try. And I think I'm going to use the same ink as that one. So we'll use the StazOn. They're similar colors, but I'm just gonna make sure they are the same colors. And another thing I could do, no, I think I cannot emboss. I can emboss the other on the Handmade paper, but the shine doesn't come out. I did try that on the previous go around on the previous card that I made that I threw away. However, it doesn't show, the embossing powder doesn't show. So it's, even though it's shiny embossing, it doesn't show up as shiny at all. So I'm not going to bother with that. But on this paper, it should work. But I think that if the other one's not embossed, this one is, it might look a little weird because this isn't the focal point. The tree is. So let's try this. And if it's not a perfect stamp, I'm not worried about it because most of it's going to be covered by the tree. So we'll just smear it out and see if we can get that. All right, let's see if we can read some of the words. It says, jingle bells, sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Deck the halls. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. The stars are brightly shining. So it's all different Christmas carols. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's cut this so we can use it. And I'm just going to put it in here and line it up. I just cut that just a little short, but that's okay. And I might have to stamp a second one because I think I'm going to have to put it. Yep, that's exactly what I was looking for. See, it just kind of makes it pop off the paper. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to have to do another one because I can't fit another one down here. So we can use, I think I'm going to use the bottom half of this paper. Okay, so let me cut this a little shorter. And if I cut this at, let's see, 2 3/4 this way. I could even put it a little bit sideways. And then this one, we'll make sure it has a little bit down here. We'll go right about here. And we can use those scrap pieces for something else. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then that'll go on here. Do we have to do it that way? No, but I think it works. I think it works. We could put a little bow or something on here too. I love that. Okay. Way better than my first card, I promise. Okay, let's do that one more time. And I'm going to measure this piece because I did not tear them the same. So we'll go to about, we'll go to 3 1/8. Oh, I've got to stamp it first. Let's stamp it first. One more time. We'll just do this side. It won't all fit on the paper, but that's just fine. In fact, while we're at it, I'm going to stamp this part too. That way I can put my stamp and stuff away, and I'll have something to work with later on. this straight this way. Just, oops, I did overlap it just slightly. That's okay. That's okay. There we go. All right, so that's done. I'm going to cut this one since it's smaller and work with this side. And I can probably use this other piece as a card base later on for another card. Let's just cut that down right there. Okay, we'll put that in with my to use box. And then, what did I say on this one? I said about 3, I think I said 3 1/8, but I think I can go to 3 by 3 3/4. That's about close to the other one. So 3. By 3 3/4. Should be about right. Yes. Yes. Okay, and let's clean this up so I don't get this ink on anything else. Boy, I need to do a real good cleaning on here. Okay, so that'll go that way. Now, I do want to go ahead and take the edges of these and ink them just slightly, just to kind of soften them up. And it helps pull your eye to the center, to the focal point, which is our tree. If we frame it that way, you could also, ooh, that would be super cute. You could also use your sewing machine and sew around this square, would be super cute too. I'm not going to do that on this one because we're just going to get this done. We're going to do a no-sew day. Okay. I mean, you could sew around all of these pieces if you wanted to, but yeah, that's really, really cute. All right, and since I'm having problems with my ink, or my glue, which you guys don't know about yet because, you know, I'm telling you for the first time. So, yeah, having problems with my glue today, so we're just kind of making it work. Instead of sticking my fingers in there, let's just use a brush. And this brush is already glued up plenty. You know what I was thinking? I actually have some glue over there I could be using up today. I didn't think about that. I've got 2 bottles sitting right there, and I'll just do that instead of pouring more of this out. Let's wipe that up. Let's put this on there. I'm going to go slightly off center and crooked just to make it beautiful. Jovi, I love your paper. It really, really did turn out beautifully. And I want to make sure my words are right side up. They are. Wipe that a little bit. And then I think I'm going to use Arteza glue pen. I'm not a big fan of this glue, but I have it. Might as well use it. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just not my favorite. We'll do the same thing here. Just a little bit crooked. Now another thing we could do, okay, so I was thinking of putting these flat down on here. Another thing we could do is add maybe some jute to this, and I had some trim. Might be cute behind it. I don't like it over it, but maybe behind it would add some little bit natural. We're going to try it on first because, you know, I tried my other card and I liked it, and then I put it together and I didn't like it. It was kind of lumpy. It was just it looked like a kindergarten made it. It looked bad. It did. And you know what? I don't mean to be offensive to kindergartners because sometimes their projects are just amazing, but this one just didn't look good. So we could do that. That would be cute. And just very simple. The jute definitely adds a touch to it, doesn't it? Or we could do something like wrapping this around it. I'm thinking if we wrapped, I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I think this might actually be a better look. It's going to be a little bit more rustic, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. We use this Arteza today. A little bit more what I'm looking for, I think. This came off of another project. I harvested it off of something else. So I've got to untie knots and stuff. And, well, that didn't work, did it? Ugh, that's okay. So I could do something like that. Okay, if I do that, and I'm still thinking underneath it. I'm kind of thinking about crisscrossing. Here, let's see. I can't really wrap it because it's too thin. Like crisscrossing it behind there and then tying a bow like on the front of it. Like up where it would be. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do though. We need to put this on something stronger. Like, too thick. That's cardboard. That's too thick. How about just some cardstock? I mean, and we could even leave a tiny little edge around it, which might be really nice. Okay, we're gonna do, thank you, we're gonna do that. Let's do that. Before I do that, let's do something better. Let's measure this and just cut it. 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. No, 2 3/4. 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. By 2 3/4, and I'm gonna give it just a touch more. I can trim it down. And I said 5 1/4, and that's actually on my board, so I don't have to open it. And give it just a touch more. Gives it too much border. Okay, that's all right. See, we can trim it down, so we'll take a little bit more off. This is, I think I need to go just under 2 3/4 instead of just over it. So we'll take about 1/8 of an inch off and see where we're at. Sometimes you got to work these things down. Much better. Much better. And that's going to be stronger. So let's start with this one. If we hate it, we won't do it to the second one. Okay? That way I don't have to throw away 2. Hopefully. I think I like this a lot better than my first project. I felt like I was warming up. It just did not go well. You guys, we all have those days. And I would show you the card, but I took it apart. I tore it up, kind of taking apart the pieces that I could still use in something else. So you won't be able to see it, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. All right, so there we go. We have that. And I can use my towel to get some of that glue out of there because it's mushing out. I put too much, I guess. Okay. And we'll do the same thing with this one. This one is also 5 1/4 by, should be the same, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I went just under 5 1/4, so just under that should be right. If I remember correctly, which is pretty darn close. This one, we're going to go tiny shorter on this one because I did measure that one a little bit too close. And this one, I like that better. This one, we're going to take off a sliver. Just a sliver. Hopefully that'll do it. much better. Okay. Shouldn't need that anymore. I do need to ink this side back up because I trimmed it. Okay. Put that on there. Kind of like the slidability of this glue a little bit because you can maneuver it once it's on there for a little bit, but it's so wet. It's just so wet. I'm not used to that. Okay, put this up for just a little bit. Now for the string, what I'd like to do, I'm going to tape it to the back side. I'm going to just cut this knot off because we're going to just do something different there. And we're going to tape it here. I don't know if this is strong enough, but we're going to try it because it's what I've got. Tie it, tape it there, and we're going to wrap it around this way. And I'm going to go just under, I don't need it to really run underneath the paper and really wrap around. We just want it to look like it. So we'll just go here. Can. We want to make it look like it's crisscrossing. My tape's not straight, so I don't want it to peek over the edge. Okay, and then we're going to do it again. And I want the crisscross to be over to the side so I can put a bow there. There's a knot. So let's do this one a little bit lower. I don't know why I need that much. A little bit lower than that one. And then it will come up. We can go up that high. That's fine. That'll work. And we'll wrap this there and tape it down. Okay, so it'll look like that. All right, we're off to a good start, I think. So this will look like this on here. And when we glue it, it'll be a little more secure, but that'll be a good start. And we can put this here. And then we're just making it happen, see if we like it. If we hate it, we won't do it. There's nothing permanent here yet. Make a cute little bow if we can. And this would go right here. And it would look like it's all tied together. Do we love it? Do we at least like it? I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these ends. I'm gonna make this just a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna tie a little knot in these ends. I tied my string way too long so that I could actually tie a knot. And because I feel like it looks a little bit more finished that way. And we'll do the same to this one. I feel like my bow's not very tight. Ugh, there we go. And try to get it about the same length. And that would go here. Yep, I like it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. This one needs to be a little tighter. Not a problem. We're going to use glue, remember, to make this permanent. This one needs to be a little tighter as well. now, how good is this Artesia? I don't know. I think to have this really look nice is we're going to have to put foam tape under here. I think we're going to have to. And that is fine. I've got foam tape. I found a roll of my foam tape. Okay, so this one is not staying down. Let's go ahead and try that again. Foam tape is going here. Foam tape is going here. And I'm only doing the one right now, guys, because I want to make sure that it's going to look nice. I don't want it to look like a... I don't want it to look a hot mess. I don't. I want to be proud of it. If I'm going to give a card, I want to be proud of it. I think that's fair. Okay. This one. And then we need to make sure that our middle is structural too, because otherwise it's going to sag. And this one too. And I'm going to go just underneath that string so I don't get it too bulky right there. Let's see how this works out. Okay, moment of truth. Let's take this tape backing off. I feel like I should be making pokey tools today. I've got my E6000 out on the desk. Fixed my glasses this morning with my E6000 and had to fix... There was something else I fixed. Oh, I fixed my stamping platform in the other video with my E6000. It's like, oh, maybe we should be making pokey tools today because I've got everything out. All right, except the beads. I don't have the beads out. And we'll go ahead and... I'm going to put this up at the top half of the card because and you can place it anywhere you want, but that way this will kind of be able to be off-centered a little bit. We're going to put foam under that too so it sticks up, and then the bow will be present also. So because of the string, this is already popped up one, I'm going to have to pop up the back of this by probably two, and I don't have... have a narrower foam tape anymore. I just used my thinner one, so I don't have the narrow anymore, but I can cut. I have scissors. I can cut some. Okay. The reason I'm worried about that is because I've got this spot, and then this spot, I only want the very top of that to be thicker, or thinner, or taller, something. I don't need it to go all the way across, or it's going to be weird layers again. So give me just a second, guys. Let me go ahead and cut a piece off of here. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut a thin strip of this. I'm just basically cutting it almost in half. And I want to put this across the top here. And I said 2 layers, didn't I? Because that's not going to touch. Even if that touched, it's going to be lower than with the string. So, and this side is too long. But that I can put in here in the center. So don't get rid of that piece. Is that going to fit better? Because I want this to be a little bit crooked. So I only need, and it's still too long. I only need this corner really, which will work out. need this corner to be double thickness so that it will sit flatter. Okay, and that's going to be, honestly, I could probably do a third, but I think that might be too much. So I'm just going to keep it at 2, and I'm going to need to do the same thing down here, but I can use the full, well, I'm just going to use this one. I'm just going to use the rest of this one, the full length. I'm going to need another piece though. Stuff is so sticky. You may be wondering where I got these rolls. I got these rolls of the foam tape from Amazon. You can always find some good prices on Amazon for this stuff. Okay, so that will be much better. This part right here needs 1 strip. I'm just kind of going around and looking at the heights of the different things. This one needs 1 because this one is already 1 high. So to get over the string, that's a 2nd layer. So it's going to sit flat. I need a piece right here to be 1 high. And right here would be great. And that's going to put it just about right. Yeah, I think that's great. And structurally, I think we're good. I think I need something here though. It feels like it's a little, we're going to cut this piece in half and double it, double it, double it. Do I need to double it? No, just 1 right there. We're going to put it actually right there. Okay, take that, strip that paper off. And then we can take these off. So we really don't need a lot. Okay, and we're going to just put this right back down. Right there, and then make sure all of those tapes are hitting the base. Okay, look how cute that is. Got a nice little thing. And then we need the string, of course, the little bow. Oh my gosh, yes, I do love this. Okay, this looked really cute. And I'm just going to put it right there. And I think, I don't know if this Artesia will work. I'm going to go ahead and use a little, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to, if I hold it over the card, I'm going to end up spilling it everywhere. So let's just kind of dab it carefully. There. And we'll just push it in there and hold it for a minute. Now you could add charms to it or beads or something like that. You know, it would be super cute. Oh, I wonder if I have, I feel like I found it. Where did I find it? I wonder if I have my, I do, my Wink of Stella. I'm going to try that on here, but I think I also would like to try something else too. I have my alcohol markers. Oh, wait a minute. I have, you guys, I've got this kind of stuff. I've got my pops. I wonder what this would look like on there. Let's try it on a scrap piece of paper first. I don't want to ruin everything we've done. And then hate it. Let's see what this looks like. Could I put this for the little glass ball? Does it come out? I haven't used this. You know I don't use these things very often. I mean, I forget I have them. Otherwise, I'd probably use them more. What does it look like when it's dry? I mean, my application there wasn't very good, but if I can't get my application right, I don't know if I want to do it. Maybe the red is the wrong. Let's try a different color and see. This one, I have this one. This looks like more like an orangey fall color. I don't think I like that. I have green. That's not going to work. I think that's all I've got. These other things are different. Those are totally different. I don't want those. Or I could just use my wig of Stella if it's working. I found this in my office the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, there it is. I had lost it. Oh, and maybe don't squeeze like that. Okay, I forgot. Let's try another piece of paper. Where is it? This one. That's what I want. I just want a touch of it. We're just gonna touch it on there. I think it'll dry clear-ish. So it adds just a little sparkle. Oh, I like that. Okay. Isn't that cute? Do we love it? I hope you guys love it. I do. I think it's going to dry a little bit more clear. It'll have the sparkle in it, but I don't think the, be a little more transparent. Oh, and the glue, you can see where I used the Artesia glue. It's kind of coming through there just a little bit. It'll probably go away when it's dry, I'm assuming. All right, we'll do the same thing on this one, and then I can put this tool away with the lid. There it is. All right, so there's that one. And then I'll put this away because I'm not going to use it this time. I'm going to throw that away so I don't get it on stuff. And I'm going to throw these away because they're in the way. All right, guys, I'm going to finish the other one off camera and I will come back when it's done. Okay, my friends, here we go. I've got 2 of them finished. I had so much fun making these. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope that they will inspire you to create as well. I've also got some of this paper on the inside for writing, so it was a lot of fun. I will say, when you use these handmade papers, check with your glue, because one of the glues, this is the Barely Arts glue that I put on the back of it. This one I used the Artesia, and you can see that it left marks on the back on there, which isn't too bad, but I know that that's the glue. So check that before you actually use your paper with the particular glue. I tried using the embossing tool to heat that and dry it, but it is dry. Unfortunately, it just stained my paper. So check with your glue on that. Look at the sparkle on that ornament. I love how that turned out too. So different things that you can do, different options that we tried, and I think they turned out pretty cute. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you'll get some crafting done. Make sure you go check out Jovi's videos as well, things that she's making with her handmade papers, and have a fantastic crafty day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.